for part 2 of post-practice bounce.
So you guys, I want to bring out this video on Bronny James and talk about a few things such as the difference between his basketball career playing with Sierra Canyon and Crossroads. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel, leave a like on this video as well, and also press the notification bell for future updates. Now let's get to it. So here's the thing. Now we all know about 3 weeks ago, Bronny graduated from high school while attending Sierra Canyon. So congratulations to Bronny for getting his high school diploma. I know he was very excited because there was actually a few videos recorded of him throughout his graduation, such as him walking to the stage and also getting his name called, including taking pictures with family and friends, and on top of that, having a celebration party after the graduation as well. So shout out to Bronny. You already know he was living it up. And to remind y'all, before Bronny transferred to Sierra Canyon for his freshman year in high school, he was attending Crossroads school throughout middle school for his 8th grade year. So just imagine if Bronny would have stayed at Crossroads throughout his entire high school career. In my opinion, things would probably be the same when it comes to social media because Bronny was going to get hyped up regardless, so it honestly didn't matter on what school he attended because Ball is Life, Slam, and ESPN was going to pull up to his games regardless. But when it comes to his ranking and also his success on the court, that would probably be the difference maker because when you think about it, when Bronny first entered high school attending Sierra Canyon, he was already ranked 24th in his class, including playing alongside with Brandon Boston, Zaire Williams, Amari Bailey, and also Terrence Frank. So Bronny already had a head start straight into high school because his team was already stacked. And on top of that, they won the state championship as well, which led Bronny to receive his only ring in high school. So when you compare his accomplishments to Crossroads throughout his freshman year, Crossroads was losing almost every single game, including not having no ranked players on their team. So things would have been looking very different for Bronny if he would have stayed at Crossroads because honestly, even if they would have had Bronny for his freshman year, they still most likely would have been losing every game because the thing is, even though Bronny was ranked high in his class, he still wasn't really a big scorer around that time, including not being able to lead his team to a chip. The reason on why he won a ring at Sierra Canyon is because his team was just way too good with more experience. Literally every person on Sierra Canyon starting lineup that year went Division I in college, including Brandon Boston and Zaire Williams, who are currently in the NBA right now. And on top of that, Amari Bailey entered the draft this year as well. So everyone at Sierra Canyon were already elite players. That's why Bronny was developing so quick with his game because he wasn't even starting that year. But if he would have stayed at Crossroads, most likely, he would have been starting on varsity literally right away, which would have been good. But honestly, in my opinion, his development would have been so much different because there would have been a lot more pressure on Bronny. He would have been at that school by himself unless they recruited other players to play with him. But at the same time, even if that would have happened, it still wouldn't have the same effect as his career at Sierra Canyon because Sierra Canyon already has been a top basketball school for years. So him staying at Crossroads definitely was going to be a huge difference because honestly, Bronny still would have been ranked in his class being at Crossroads, but I don't think he would have been as high as he was being at Sierra Canyon, definitely for his freshman year. And to remind y'all, once he became a sophomore, he did get D-ranked to 30th, which he was dealing with an injury throughout that year, including falling all the way to 49th throughout his junior year as well. So Bronny was already falling in rankings being at Sierra Canyon. And of course, once his senior year came, he ended up bringing up his ranking while finishing 20th in his class, as well as getting selected to the McDonald's All-American game, including the Nike Hoop Summit as well. So Bronny finally picked himself back up during his senior year while still being on a stacked team at Sierra Canyon, basically throughout his entire high school career. So just imagine if he was at Crossroads by himself for all 4 years in high school instead. Honestly, he still would have got the clout and NIL deals, of course, because of who he is, and still commit to USC because Bronny was going to ball out regardless. But for how things could have turned out for him being at Crossroads, I think his ranking would be lower, such as him finishing in the 30s, and he probably would have not got invited to the McDonald's All-American game being at Crossroads. And the reason why I say that is because I know some of y'all remember when Sharif O'Neal used to attend Crossroads in high school. He used to be listed as a 5-star player, then they dropped him to a 4-star, being ranked 32nd in his class, including getting snubbed from the McDonald's All-American game as well. So in my opinion, the same thing would have happened to Bronny if he would have stayed at Crossroads, because there's a reason on why Sharif's younger brother Shakir decided to transfer from Crossroads after his sophomore year, because he wasn't really getting the recognition he deserved from the recruiting websites. So for Bronny, he probably would have had more people attend his games and everything because of who he is, of course. But things would have just been way different at that school, and his family already knew this at that time. That's why they decided to transfer him to Sierra Canyon, because they realized Crossroads was not going to be the best fit for him entering high school. Now let's do a rundown comparison between Bronny James graduating from Sierra Canyon or Crossroads School. So we all know Bronny finished off his high school career at Sierra Canyon, being ranked 20th in his class while holding 5+ offers. And he also was selected to the McDonald's All-American game as well as the Nike Hoop Summit, including committing to USC. So in my opinion, if Bronny would have graduated from Crossroads School, he would have finished being ranked 30th in his class instead, while still holding 5+ offers but not getting selected to the McDonald's All-American game, and still committed to the University of Southern California. I definitely want y'all to leave your comments and opinions below on how y'all feel about this. I thank you guys for watching. Please make sure you like, subscribe. Make sure you press the notification bell. T-Game, we out.
I really take pride in playing defense, and I feel like all the next. Nobody. These way?